Sofronio Vasquez is an international superstar on the rise. Before winning The Voice Season 26, the artist repping Team Bublé made a name for himself as a talented musician who knew how to own a stage. And while they didn't know him before his blind audition, Michael Bublé and the rest of the coaches knew the Filipino pop singer was destined for stardom. After his performance of I'm Going Down, Bublé, Snoop Dogg, Reba McEntire, and Gwen Stefani couldn't slam their buttons quick enough, delivering Vasquez a coveted four-chair turn. "Your voice is like butter, it is so easy on the ears," McEntire told him. "You've got the whole package." While Snoop was enthralled by the soul of his voice, Stefani called his blind audition a Grammy performance. Bublé perhaps put it best when he declared, "This dude could sing the phone book." In the following weeks and months, Vasquez would continue to blow America away with his soulful performances. And his fanbase across the world was supporting him the whole way. Sofronio Vasquez appears on The Voice Season 26 Episode 19B Live Finale Part 2. Photo: Griffin Nagel/NBC. When Vasquez was voted the winner of Season 26, he made history as the first Filipino winner of the U.S. version of The Voice. And while Vasquez was a new face to the coaches and American audiences, he already had a massive international fan base back home and beyond. "There is a whole country watching this like a Super Bowl, no joke," Bublé told NBC Insider about The Voice Season 26 live finale. And what's more interesting is that it wasn't just the Philippines. It was Indonesia, Singapore, Malaysia, people in China. There were people everywhere that saw themselves in this kid, and it's very cool. Vasquez later shared his gratitude for his fans and their devoted support. "Thank you all for your love. Thank you for supporting me in my journey here in The Voice," he wrote on YouTube. "I am grateful to win, but more than anything, I am grateful for your support, love, and kindness. Salamat. All these would not be possible without all of you." In 2013, Vasquez auditioned on The Voice of the Philippines, but none of the coaches turned their chairs for him. The singer told Parade that being rejected many, many times has helped him grow as an artist, and getting a four-chair turn on the American version of The Voice was the best redemption that I could ever imagine. That experience in 2013, of course, didn't stop Vasquez. In the following years, he put himself out there as a musician. It became clear he was one to keep on your radar when he competed on the Filipino singing competition show Tawaging Tanghalan. And in a true full-circle moment, he returned to Tawaging Tanghalan as a guest judge in January 2025 following his win on The Voice. Sofronio Vasquez on The Voice Season 26 Episode 14. Photo: Tyler Golden/NBC. In 2022, Vasquez performed a soulful rendition of That's What Friends Are For, and the video quickly went viral. Taking the stage with Hazelyn Cascano, Jex D. Castro, Anton Antonor Cruz, Gigi D. Lana, all fellow alums of Tawaging Tanghalan, Vasquez showed off his unique voice as they sang a cover of Dionne Warwick's 1985 hit song. To date, the video has over 9.8 million views on Facebook and nearly 867,000 streams on YouTube. His 2022 cover of Nothing's Gonna Change My Love for You also went wildly viral on TikTok. In January 2025, Vasquez was invited to perform for President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. and First Lady Liza Marcos and sang a rendition of Imagine by John Lennon, according to the Manila Times. "That is a big thing. That is no small feat," President Marcos told The Voice winner via Philippine news agency. "You made Filipinos famous again. We are once again famous because of what you did." Vasquez has been busy since scoring his win on The Voice and has also remained close with his coach. The two reunited in May 2025 and have even hopped on FaceTime together. "Not only is he my coach from The Voice, which historically made us win, but he also became family," Vasquez captioned a screenshot of his call with Bublé in June 2025. "He calls and sends some wisdom and great news for people like me who dream bigger than the world." Bublé then commented, "You know it's always a pleasure, buddy. Nowadays, you can find Vasquez performing live on tour with stops across the country in 2025 and surely racking up more and more fans along the way. For most contestants, The Voice is a once-in-a-lifetime shot, a few weeks of camera lights, mentorship, and then back to everyday life. But for Sofronio Vasquez, Season 22's soulful crooner with a golden heart and velvet voice, The Voice became the doorway to something much deeper, a lifelong connection with international superstar Michael Bublé. In an industry that's often known for short-lived relationships and surface-level interactions, Sofronio and Bublé's bond is something rare and beautiful. Months after the show wrapped, while others have gone back to their 9-to-5s or continued grinding in obscurity, Sofronio still gets FaceTime calls from Bublé. Sometimes they talk music. Sometimes they talk life. But always, it feels like family. From audition to mentorship, how it all began. Sofronio Vasquez first walked onto the Voice stage with a nervous smile and a voice soaked in old-school soul. He covered a Stevie Wonder classic and turned heads instantly. But when Michael Bublé, guest mentor for Team Blake that season, heard him sing for the first time, something just clicked. There was this fire in his tone, Bublé later said in an interview. Like he was telling a story you didn't know you needed to hear. I connected with that instantly. What started as a brief mentorship during a battle round turned into something way more meaningful. Bublé went above and beyond, offering vocal tips, career advice, even emotional support as Sofronio navigated the overwhelming experience of national TV. He wasn't just a mentor, Sofronio recalled. He became someone I could trust, someone I could lean on. And the crazy thing is, he still checks in. He FaceTimes me out of nowhere. Most would assume Bublé, a global star with a packed touring schedule, would move on after the show. But Sofronio says he still gets surprise FaceTime calls from the crooner, sometimes at random hours, always filled with warmth. One time he called and was like, "Hey man, just making sure you're still singing." Another time he was like, "Show me what you're working on." He even helped me rewrite the hook on a new song I was recording in my garage studio, Sofronio laughed. He doesn't act like a star. He acts like my older brother. These moments have meant everything to Vasquez, who returned to his day job after the show but never stopped believing in his dream. Bublé's encouragement, he says, is what keeps the flame alive. A friendship that goes beyond music. It's not all about scales and harmonies. Sofronio says the conversations often drift into real-life stuff. Fatherhood, family, even mental health. When I was having a rough week, bills piling up, feeling like I'm not doing enough, he just listened. He didn't give some cheesy motivational speech. He just said, "I've been there too, brother. Let's get through it." That hit hard. Bublé has been open about his own struggles and how music helped him through personal hardships, including his son's cancer diagnosis. That honesty has made him a mentor who's relatable, not just revered. It makes a difference when someone you admire says, "Hey, I felt lost too." That makes you believe there's a way forward, Sofronio said. The after-the-show struggle. Like many Voice alums, Sofronio had to face the reality that post-show fame doesn't always translate into record deals or instant success. "You're on national TV, and then it's quiet," he said. "You go from 100 messages a day to wondering if anyone remembers you." But Bublé's steady presence reminded him that success isn't always loud or instant. It's in the growth, in the grind, and in the songs that still pour out, even if no one's listening yet. Michael told me some of the best songs are written when no one's watching. Keep writing. Keep singing. Even if it's just for yourself. New music, new mindset. Sofronio's been working quietly on an EP, recorded partly in a friend's basement and partly in his own makeshift home studio. With Bublé occasionally chiming in via FaceTime, offering critiques, harmony suggestions, and even a few hilarious vocal impressions, the project is turning into something deeply personal. "It's got jazz, soul, R&B, even a little gospel," he said. "It's basically me on a plate. There's no major label yet. No big release date. But there's something more important: momentum and belief. I might not be on billboards yet, he said, but I've got one of the greatest singers alive telling me not to stop. That's enough to keep going. Fans are rooting for him. Though he didn't win The Voice, Sofronio left a mark. Fans still comment on his performances, still share his clips, still message him asking when new music is coming. You don't need a trophy to be remembered, one fan wrote on YouTube. Sofronio made me feel something real. His Instagram is filled with snippets of late-night singing sessions, songwriting previews, and the occasional screen grab of an incoming FaceTime from MB.